As us Generation X workers enter the retirement phase of life, we start to think of all the things we will do to fill our days. I have a list of the more usual or pedestrian things, but I wanted to share with you 5 more unusual or strange things I want to do when I am retired. Here we go. Number 1. Fencing. It's more important than ever when you retire to make sure you are not sedentary, or maybe even treat it like a second chance now that you are away from your office job. My wife wants us to try curling. I would like to join a bowling team, and take up squash again. But the more atypical sport that I really want to take up is fencing. Maybe it's my background playing D&D, or maybe it just seems like a compromise between a solo and a team sport, but this really appeals to me. Like playing squash, I think this would be a great leg workout. And who likes a typical leg day, am I right? I would join today and not wait for retirement, but all the clubs in my city are a good 20 or 30-minute drive and meet on weeknights. The idea of doing that trek after working all day on a dark, snowy January night does not appeal to me. It'll be great though once I retire. Number 2. Start a new D&D game. It's been 25 years since we stopped playing. A couple of the group of friends still play with family. But as a group, the group that helped define my childhood, we moved on. I miss those days so much. As we all begin to enter retirement, I think it would be a great activity to start again with the old group. It would have to be face-to-face though, not virtual on Roll20 or something. I considered doing more complex board games that are all the rage, like Gloomhaven or Massive Darkness, that would take the roleplay out of it as well as the need for a dungeon master, but still deliver the same theme. But I've been listening to some gaming podcasts and have also been inspired by Joe Manganiello and his love for Dragonlance. My plan is to get a hold of the original Dragonlance modules from the friend who ran the game for us 25 years ago, or order them from Drive-Thru RPG. I want to run it with all new characters, tweaking and changing the story, and using the original characters in cameo or supporting roles. I want to send my friends an introduction video with the theme, Old Stories Need New Heroes, and New Stories for Old Heroes. Number 3. I want to work the Christmas rush. My plans are to get out of the cold and winter somewhere for most of January and February. It's always good to have a bit of extra cash coming in and give you something to do on your own terms. Working retail in the weeks leading up to Christmas may seem to many to be pure hell, and a reason to retire, not something to want to do when you retire as a side hustle. But I actually enjoyed retail when I was younger, but of course the money sucked. Being older, and just doing it for side money, it's a lot easier to put things into perspective and deal with customers who are rude or demanding. At the end of the day, you know you can just quit if you really want. You can be more empathetic than when you were younger. I have no desire to work for a big chain store though. I would be looking for something local where I could feel good about who I was working for. Number 4. Write and self-publish to Kindle Direct Publishing, aka KDP. Again, I don't need the money. It would be more about having fun, keeping my brain engaged, and kind of leaving a legacy. I am closing in on my first novel being finished, as I just need to do some final editing. I have a few other ideas for novels as well as a couple non-fiction ideas. Lately I have been going down a rabbit hole on using AI to aid the writing process, and I think it will be a wonderful tool. I would like to set a goal of self-publishing 1 novel a year starting in 2024. My goal is to sell 1 copy a month. Yep, pretty low bar set there. Number 5. Create my own t-shirts. I love wearing graphic t-shirts, retro, classic, and especially unique or obscure. I've been watching some tutorials on using Canva and other tools to create t-shirts to sell on Etsy. I think the turning point for me was when I realized that one of my favorite shirts was bought for me by my brother at Christmas, and now I see it was an Etsy product created on Canva. I can even see the template that was used. So I want to create a few shirts, and the thing is, I want them to be shirts I wear. Every time I create a shirt, it would be with me in mind, and I will order it in 2 colors. It's like getting my own custom shirts at a cheaper prices, since I am getting some of the royalty money. If I happen to sell a few on top of that, it would be a bonus. With the print-on-demand service, there is no risk and no inventory. Just my time and the cost of a Canva account. Most of my shirt ideas tie into my love for the 80s and all things Generation X. I would love to hear about some of the more unusual things you guys would like to do when you retire, so please leave a message in the comments. Yes, I genuinely would like to hear it. This is not an obligatory call to action at the end of a video. It's genuine interest. Until next time, keep yelling at the clouds, and be nice to one another.